welcome to Lilybug's Library. My name's Linda, and welcome to some more new releases. So this time we're going to do romance books. So these are ones again that are coming out in July and August of this year, and I had such a hard time narrowing them down. There's so many good ones coming out, so many that just sound amazing. I narrowed it down to 15. So you might want to get yourself a cuppa, maybe a little snack because this might take a while. I tried to shorten the synopsis as much as I could, but you still need to know what's going on, right? So we'll see how it goes. All right, so the first one is called Given Our History. And it looks kind of like a fall sort of romance. And it comes out on August 27th, and it's by Kristen Miller. And excuse me if I keep glancing at my notes. So it's about an assistant professor named Clara, and she's wanted to teach history since she was 14. She didn't let anything stand in her way, including her boyfriend at the time. So turns out she ends up going to school, a visiting school, as an assistant professor, and then finds out that the guy that she did love when she was a kid, a teenager, he is now a visiting scholar there. So she's not too happy about that. So this one, she feels like he's a total stranger because that was a boy she was in love with. This is not a boy. And so she's trying to figure out what to do about all this. And they end up having a work thing that they have to do together, and they're brainstorming and they're having dinner, and all of a sudden she starts to realize that maybe the man turned out to be not so bad after the boy. So anyway, it sounds really sweet and kind of a what do they call it? A second chance romance sort of book. So I think that one will be really good. So the next one has a great title. It's called Knives, Seasoning, and a Dash of Love. So as you may have guessed, this one's about a couple of people in a kitchen. So it's out on August 27th, and it's by Katrina Kwan. And so Alexander Chen is one of the most talented chefs ever to grace the culinary world. And his newly hired sous chef, Eden, may have embellished a little bit to get herself the job. She might not have been totally honest on her resume. Um, but Eden knew him way back when and knows what his real name is. And she thinks that he used to be sweet and helpful, but now, not so much. Now he's just, the way they put it, is the second coming of the devil himself. So, so we'll see. That sounds like enemies to lovers. We'll see how that one goes. So the next one is called Rise and Divine. And this one is coming out on August 20th by Lana Harper. And it's number 5 in The Witches of Thistle Grove. So this one says to save both her town and the woman who loves her against all odds, a witch haunted by loss must reckon with her turbulent past. And so it's the next magical romance in The Witches of Thistle Grove. So I've never heard of the Witches of Thistle Grove, so I'm anxious to kind of dive in and see what it's all about. So the next one, I love the title and love the cover. It's called Cinderella at the Duke's Ball, and this one is coming out on August 20th by Bronwyn Scott. Now, what a perfect romance author name, Bronwyn. But I love the cover, that beautiful purple gown and the kind of, fairy tale aspect of it. So this one says Cora has one season to find a husband and save her family from poverty. So when her modest dress order is accidentally replaced with an above her station gown, she grabs the opportunity to wear it. The Duke of Harlow's ball is ideal for meeting a perfectly nice gentleman. Unlike the Duke himself, until the Duke himself asks her for the first dance. Their connection is undeniable, but she knows Declan must marry well, and she doesn't reach the high echelons expected of his position. As the clock strikes midnight on their time together, will this Cinderella get her happily ever after? So she comes to the ball, and she's looking like a high class lady, but and that's what he thinks she is, but not quite the reality. So we'll see what happens there. So the next one, love the name. It's kind of cute. It's How to Charm a Nerd. So it says it comes out on August 20th, and it's by Catherine Garbera Merle Rutland. That's quite a long author name. And it says, oh, no, that's not right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when I make notes, it's good to put in punctuation, especially periods, because the author's name is Catherine Garbera, and the person in the book is Merle Rutland. Okay, that sounds better. So Merle Rutland hasn't met anyone like the vivacious, bubbly Liberty. Part of him wishes he was more like her, instead of hiding his geekery from his hyper-athletic family. Oh, that would be hard to be a geek amongst a family full of athletes. The other part just excuse me. The other part just wants to pull the curvy redhead close, steal a kiss, and hope he doesn't roll a critical fail. Only somewhere between Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, pumpkins, and a few ridiculously hot, sexy times, Liberty and Merle discover their respective weirds might be a match. So I think that's really sweet. I mean, um, it appeals to my inner nerd. I mean, I like playing Dungeons and Dragons. I love pumpkins. Yeah, the whole thing sounds like it would be really cute. So the next one is called Worst in Show, and this one comes out August 13th, and it's by Anna Collins. So it says aspiring fashion designer Cora Lewis should have known better, entering her grandpa's extremely adorable and totally unruling pups in a dog show. What was she thinking? Rival store owner Leo Salinger is everything Cora is not. Successful, wealthy, and overly ambitious. She would never guess that he is the kind and witty pen pal that she met on a local message board. But somewhere between teaching pups to heel, fetch, and stay, Cora and Leo are finding a little competition can ignite a serious attraction. So, you had me when you brought in the dogs. It's like I'm there for that one. So the next one is called Second Tide's the Charm. And it comes out August 6th, and it's by Chandra Bloomberg. It says Hope's new position comes with a big catch. The boat belongs to her ex-boyfriend, Adrian. Since their split, Adrian has risen to internet fame as a shark expert with the launch of his YouTube channel to dispel myths and educate viewers about sharks. But success rings hollow without hope. Side by side, weathering storms of every kind, they'll have to navigate the murky waters of past hurts and hope it's not too late to chart a new course. So that sounds different. I mean, it's interesting that he makes YouTube videos about sharks and, just, I don't know, something a little different. So I'm looking forward to that one. So the next one comes out July 30th, and it's called That Prince Is Mine. It says, and it's by J.C. Lee. It says, a love-adverse Korean royal court cuisine instructor in search of a perfect on-paper husband is waylaid from her practical heartbreak-proof plan when she meets a gorgeous professor and a prince in disguise who will do anything to prove to her that love and happily ever after can be theirs. All right, so a little mistaken identity there. We'll see how that goes. And the next one is called Ne'er Duke Well, and it comes out July 23rd by Alexandra Vasti. And it says Peter Kent, newly inherited Duke of Stanhope and recently of New Orleans, Louisiana, must become respectable. Between his radical politics and the time he interrupted a minor royal wedding with a flock of sheep, not his fault, he's developed a scandalous, there we go, a scandalous reputation at odds with his goal of becoming guardian to his half-siblings. For help, he turns to the cleverest and most managing woman of his acquaintance, Lady Selina Ravencroft. So, can she make him seem respectable? Does she even want to? We'll see. Next one is called You Had Me at Happy Hour, and it comes out July 23rd by Timothy Janofsky. It says Julian will soon be leaving to take an advanced wine course that will put him on track to become a master sommelier. Meanwhile, his OCD demands he keep clear of distractions, especially the hot new hire at his aunt and uncle's restaurant, Martin's Place. Which should be easy because Greg Harlow is as ill suited to Julian as a bold Cabernet is to a delicate salmon entree. As charismatic and confident as Julian is tightly wound. Greg is a TikTok mixologist who could charm a paper bag. One thing they do have in common, neither wants a relationship. All right, so that one sounds interesting. One guy's a TikTok mixologist, and the other guy is uh, wants to be a sommelier and learn about wines and things. They don't really seem very suited to each other. Definitely a opposites attract sort of thing. So the next one is called The Love Position, and I really like the cover of it. Not even really sure why. I think it's kind of the look they're giving each other, like they, feel that attraction. So this one is coming out July 23rd, and it's by Evie Alexander. And it says yoga instructor Isaac Hayward has finally found meaning and purpose in his life by helping others. When Sophia arrives at his class struggling with anxiety, his protective instincts kick in, but the undeniable chemistry sets off alarm bells. He's taken a vow of chastity, and relationships are strictly off limits. Not wanting to be tempted off the spiritual path, Isaac runs away to an ashram, seeking a return to inner peace. But when Sophia unexpectedly turns up, neither can deny the forbidden attraction. All right, so that sounds interesting. So we'll see where that goes. And the next one is called If I Loved You Less. And it is by Omna Carisha. And it's published on August 2nd. And apparently it's a retelling of Jane Austen's Emma. Now, if you've watched this channel for very long, you know I'm not a big Jane Austen fan. But for some of you, I'm sure the fact that it's a retelling of that is, makes it, more appealing. So it says, for Long Island native Humera Mirza, it's always been about love, and she has the matchmaking track record to prove it. Having successfully found the one for both her aunt and her sister, the 23-year-old is ready to claim a bit of romance for herself. So that one could be good. The next one, again, another beautiful gown in this one. It's called Meeting Her Match, and it's by Jen Turano. And this one is coming out on July 16th, and apparently it's number 3 of the Matchmaker series. So it says, Miss Camilla Pierpont, a renowned matchmaker and influential member of the New York 400, has vowed never to marry after suffering a devastating heartbreak during her debut years ago. However, when she's nearly abducted along the Hudson River, she finds herself rescued by an annoyingly outspoken, albeit fascinating, gentleman who challenges her in a manner she wasn't expecting. So I think that one could be really good. So the next one is coming out on July 16th, and it's called Faded, and it's by Sarah Reddy. And I do actually have the arc for that one, so I'll read that soon, and I'll let you know kind of what I think of it. But it says it's the part of the Ghosted series, and this is number 3 in the series. So it says Fiona Abry excels at keeping busy, running her family's Swiss watch company, and guarding her heart. She's so busy she doesn't have time for a vacation, much less a love life. But then she's given a family heirloom, ruined to let you dream your greatest desire. Suddenly, Fiona is spending her nights on a tiny tropical island in a completely different life. She's married, she has 2 kids, she lives in a colorful cottage on the beach. This dream life is so different from her hectic, busy life in the city that Fiona decides to live her dreams to the fullest. Swimming in the turquoise sea, picnics under palms, stargazing on the beach. It's a slow, seductive dream life that conveniently stays in her dreams. But after kisses and confessions and long nights on the beach, Fiona starts to fall hard for her dream husband and her dream life. But what happens when opening yourself to love means falling for a life that isn't real and a man who doesn't exist? Because in the end, it's not fate, it's just a dream. So I am really excited to see where this one goes, whether somehow this dream life becomes her life, whether she meets this man. Yeah, I'm ready. I want to know what happens. And the next one is it, it's a little quirky, but I'm really kind of ready for this one. It's called The Love of My Afterlife, and it's coming out July 2nd by Kirsty Greenwood. And it says a recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love if she can find him on Earth before 10 days are up. So that's pretty neat. I mean, you don't think of anybody, falling in or, falling for someone in the afterlife waiting room. So I'm anxious to see what they do with that one. So I think they all sound terrific. Definitely look forward to reading some of those and seeing if they're as good as what the synopsis leads us to believe. So hope you found something in there that you think sounds good. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite was. All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.